most of her friends from either Newsred at the time or either from the organizations that she was in, whether it was NAPSA and all of that. I saw them there, and I did sometimes used to see them come visit my sister at home, so I was familiar with their faces. And about 4 to 5 of them that I've seen. The rest, not so much. I lived in Brikama, and I hardly come to the combos. But they really represented whatever institution they were coming from, and they were really portrayed as the face of that institution or school or tertiary, yeah.
Did you hear anything about what happened to any of the contestants in terms of what they gained from the pageant, as far as you were able to tell?
Not face-to-face or word of mouth. It was right in the advertisements that were on GRTS, whether the Minister of Education at the time talking, or there was clips of the past pageant, and it's that this is a scholarship program, and there have been people that get to go and study up to PhD level, and all of that is taken care of. You choose whatever school you want to go to. And these people, some of them have even come back to the country to serve in various positions. And I think whatever else I heard from people was just a reiteration of what the advertisements were showing. So, but it wasn't anyone that I know of that participated that ever engaged me as to what they got or what their benefits were.
Did you eventually participate in this 22nd July pageant?
Yes, I did. Between the November and December, but I would say November of 2014.
Can you tell us what led to your participation? Like well, you've told us what motivated you to have interest in the pageant,
right.
But what actually led to your to the process of you putting yourself forward as a contestant?
Right. So, to put it in context here, when I finished high school, more of an English written and literature kind of a student. I've always been very bad at maths, still very bad at maths. So I did not get the credit score on maths to go to the university. So in between, my going to college was a hassle. My mom and my dad had to sit me down for days because I thought, I don't want to go to Gambia college. I want to go to a university, or I would rather sit home. And she just kind of pointed out, oh, it's just for the meantime. Instead of sitting home, just go, and at least there's something you're doing, and then you can sit for the private exams for maths, which I still told her that I will still not pass, but again, perspective. And so when I was going to Gambia College, when I started, it was really me waking up every day, going there, but saying that I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. So I was really thinking about other things, about Ibunja Theater was a huge interest for me to go and do stage performance and drumming and playbooks. I had at this point forgotten about Miss July 22nd, or if not forget it, it wasn't in my present moment because we didn't have GRTS at the house when we moved, because my mom had moved out of the main compound, so I wasn't following up anymore. But I met girls who were at the college at the time who met with me after I was presenting in an English class, and they told me, hey, you should represent us at the Miss July 22nd. We have this coming up. The Gambia College has never won, and I think you would be a great representative. And I said, oh, that's still going on. She's like, yes. Then she's like, oh, you don't have to do anything, just give me your name and I will drop it off at Mrs. Carlos, who was training us at the tertiary school level. So that is how it was reintroduced to me, and that is how my name was put into the ballot to participate to represent the Gambia College.
So at that point, if I understand you correctly, rehearsals or activities had already begun?
No, it hasn't at this point.
Okay.
Yes, but other people, most people have already put in their names, but they did not have someone from the School of Education. So they had someone from Norsen in Banjul, they had one from the School of Agriculture, and all the other departments, but they didn't have one for School of Education. So when I put my name in, that is when rehearsals started, but I did not go to the rehearsals that followed. I forgot about it again. Yeah.
You mentioned Miss, is it Carlos or
Madame Carlos.
Madame Carlos?
Yes.
Who was responsible for training?
Training, yeah.
What kind of training are you referring to?
With our platforms and also with etiquettes, table etiquettes. I remember we went to the lunchroom of the college and how to use a fork and a knife. She was a very sweet but very strict lady. And also on stage presence and how to present an idea. Basically everything surrounding pageantry. Yeah.
So when you talk about rehearsals, is this what you're referring to as well, or was there something different about those rehearsals?
This is part of it. We will basically do it in a classroom that was available in the college.
And how long did your rehearsals take?
I came in after they've already had like 3. It all happened in a very short span. November? Yeah, but it all happened in a very short span. And I came in on the 4th rehearsal, and that is because I met this same group of girls again. Like, oh, we have not been in Wolof. We have not been seeing you. Come around. The rehearsals have started. I said, oh, I forgot. Is it going on? They said today at 4, and we are going there because I was already heading home, coming out of the campus. And then I followed them, and then we went in there. That was the first day I met some of the girls that were also there to compete. And I met Madame Carlos too there on that day. And that's when I started my rehearsals. So we did this for not long. I can't remember the exact number of times that we rehearsed before the preliminary rounds.
So can you tell us how you became the person who was selected to actually represent Gambia College? What was the process? Was there some kind of judgment type criteria? Was there a mini pageant, for instance? And also, were you the only one who was selected?
So there was a mini pageant which was called the preliminary rounds. Again, because I joined the rehearsals at a very later date, it was almost the day of the competition. I remember coming home and running to Serakunda Market because I did not have a dress to wear. I pulled my mom's shoes because we wear the same size. And I went with a friend of mine, she was at the college, she's part of the girls who's introduced me to this. We went to Serakunda to this guy who sells dresses secondhand. His name is Chat, but he's a very popular dress seller in Serakunda. So we went there. I had $500 on me. We looked at the dresses. I picked one black one, and it had a slash in the front on the side. And the dress was about $800 instead, so my friend helped and pitched in. I bought that dress quickly. It didn't even fit me well. It was very tight. But I ran with it home, and then I started to look for cultural material. I grabbed my mom's lippy dress, which is a fuller traditional dress that she had, and looked for a hair tie for it, and came up with a concept quickly that I would like to do. So my mom came home that evening, and I told her, oh, so we have this competition tomorrow that I am going to. It's just the college rounds, and anybody who wins goes to the Miss July 22nd. Now, the perspective here is my mom is so used to hearing me go to competitions, go to debates, that it got to a point it's just like, okay, because I do it almost every week, all the time, and steal all her clothes, basically. But that happened. I grabbed the dress. The next day was the competition.